Yes, you over there against the wall with the glasses on.
Speaking of like character types you like to play, how did you like playing a wacky character that uses his nose hairs as powers?
Bo 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 bo. Super fist of the nose hair. I wanted to be in on the meeting. You know, the meeting where they pitch the idea and say, I got this great idea, see? There's a guy with nose hairs, see? And he fights crime with his nose hairs. What do you think? And they go, oh, that's brilliant. Green light it! And this is another true story. They offered me that part 5 times. 5 times I turned it down. I turned it down. I did not want to play bo 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 bo. I didn't want to do it. I was really busy at the time. I thought this show is insane, which it is. And they kept coming back to me and saying, "Oh, you gotta do it, Epcar. You gotta do it, Epcar. You're the only one, Epcar. You gotta do it." I get these phone calls, "Epcar, you gotta do it." I'd open the refrigerator door. There'd be a guy in there, "Epcar, you gotta do it." Go to the bathroom, lift the lid of the toilet, "Epcar, you gotta do it." So finally I said, okay, I'll do it. Just get out of my toilet. So I accepted the part, and I'm actually glad I did. It was a very, very tough part because there's a lot of screaming in it, and then I have to do a little girly voice in it too. So I'd be doing all the screaming, and then I have to do this high, shrill, girly voice. So it was just kind of a crazy, crazy show. But I'm glad I did it. We actually had a lot of fun and a lot of laughs, so it worked out. Worked out well. Yes, you have a
follow-up for that.
A follow-up, yes. Yes, you against the wall.
With all the character types, how hard and how did you enjoy doing the audio series? You did with like 40 different characters.
Oh God, thank you for reminding me of that.
You're welcome.
Stranger against the wall that I've never seen before in my life.
But Uncle Richard, we love you.
What? What Manny is referring to, if that is the stranger's name. I just did an audiobook. It's a Doc Savage novel called White Eyes, and I actually have only 2 copies of it left here today. Oh, you can show them. Yeah, it's in the bag. I also have pictures to sell after the panel if you'd be interested in my autograph and picture. But I have 2 of these left. It's a really, thank you. Oh, look at that. Wow. And what a lovely packaging it is, too.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Stop playing with yourself.
When did I lose the show?
I think it was after I introduced you. Really.
Thank you. Thank you very much. But anyway, what's cool about this is I get to do 40 different characters in this, and the narrator, and it's recorded in what they call 3D sound, which means if you listen to it in headphones or on your car, you'll hear the narrator in the center, but the other characters will be to the left or right, and it moves around, and it sounds like there's a bunch of people doing it. It's just me reading it. And the tough thing about this was normally when we go in and we do, anime or recording for animation, you record one character at a time. This I had to do the narrator, and I had to jump into all these characters, so there was it was, oh my God, I thought my head was going to explode, seriously. It was one of the toughest things I've ever done, but I'm very, very proud of this. It came out great. And if you like Doc Savage, it's a great Doc Savage book. So I have 2 more of these left for the lucky 2 people who want to buy those, and I'll be happy to autograph those for you. What else was going to, any other question? Yes, you had a question.
We have a present for you.
I've got a present for you.
I think you're gonna like the presenter.
Am I gonna have to throw
Am I gonna
myself
like
on
this?
something?
She's your present.
Nice. Hello.
Hello.
You guys are terrible.
We get to share an 8-hour car ride home tomorrow.
How are you, sweetie? Nice to see you. All right, does anyone have a real question for me? Yes.
My question is, like, with all the voice acting that you have to do, and like especially like after having to do 40 voices like that, like, do you ever lose your voice and like?
Oh yeah, I did. I'm working on it. I can't, unfortunately, once again, I can't say the name of the game, but I'm working on this game. It's a combat game, and basically, I was only supposed to work 4 hours on this game, and 6 hours later, I'm screaming my ass off, nonstop, screaming for 6 hours, and finally the guy goes, I saved the last 10 loops, the worst 10 loops for the end of the session. I said, what is that? He says, we need 10 loops of you being burned alive by a flamethrower.
Fuck yes.
You need 10 loops of me being burned alive by a flamethrower. Yes, we need 10 loops. 30 seconds long, and go.
What does it sound like?
No.
You have to wait for the video game.
And it was horrible. So I'm being burned alive, I'm screaming, I'm burned alive. So by the end of that, he goes, oh, wait a minute, I found a part for you. After I've totally blown my pipes out, and he goes, oh, it's only a few lines, don't worry about it. And there's like 40 paragraphs that I had to read. By that time I said, that's kind of what the guy sounded like at the end of that. But yeah, it happens all the time, especially when you're doing, vocally demanding parts when you're screaming, especially these combat games. There's a lot of screaming in these combat games, because you're basically, you have to be screaming over the sounds of the tanks and the guns shooting and all that stuff, so you're just really screaming and screaming and screaming. So what I do is I try not to talk the next day, but what was with this job, the next day I had to do a Hallmark radio spot. And my throat was thrashed, and basically what I do is I'll go home and I'll gargle warm salt water, and I'll do that in the morning and at night, and it really helps tremendously. And that's my secret, because if you just really burn your throat out, it just really helps immensely. I still didn't have all of my voice, but I had enough voice to do the spot. And I remember one time, I don't know if you guys saw this Papermate pen commercial I did for the Olympics a couple of years ago. The Papermate pen commercial, the pen's writing. If you saw it, you might recognize it. But they showed it a lot in the Winter Olympics. And I was sick as a dog, and I was trying to get the guy to record it in a day or two, and they just refused to do it. So I had to go in, and I thought I sounded like crap, but actually the spot sounds pretty good. I don't know why, but it was. He goes, no, we got the studio, we got to go, and it's like, yeah, but I sound like shit. They don't care. But it came out okay, thankfully. So we have time for one more. You haven't asked a question, have you?
I know.
Yeah, the one question, well, actually I have two questions. I've heard that the studios are planning a live-action version of Ghost in the Shell. Have you heard anything about that?
Yes, I have.
The second part is, if so, who would you nominate to be the actor for Bob?
Well, who the fuck do you think? Let me think about this. No, I would love to just even be considered. I would really love it, and I would pump my ass off to get into shape for that. Yeah, I heard that too, and I believe it's Spielberg's company that's going to be doing it. And yeah, they've been talking about it for a while. But if I don't get an audition for it, someone's in big trouble. That's all I can say. I won't say anymore. Good, thank you. Yes, write your congressman. All right, one more question. What the hell? Yes.
In the older anime, before you started working in the business, was there a role that kind of you would like to have if you had the option to do it? You like Akira, any of those older before Ghost in the Shell?
You mean anime shows that happened before Ghost in the Shell? Would I like to have been in?
The movies, the shows, yes.
I don't know. I mean, I was in Ninja Scroll. That was it. Okay. To answer your question really quickly, I don't know, because I've been very blessed. I really have. I've had the opportunity to play a wide variety of characters, and I've been very lucky to play a lot of different characters, so I've been very, very happy with that. You brought up Ninja Scroll. I'll have to tell you a quick Ninja Scroll story. How many people have seen Ninja Scroll?
Oh, yeah.
Wow, lots of you. Well, I'd never seen it. So I was at a convention one time, and I mentioned this in a panel, and the convention gave me a copy of Ninja Scroll. So in the plane back to Los Angeles, I'm watching it on my laptop when the big giant guy comes over and strips the little girl and starts licking her like a lollipop. And all of a sudden I'm looking around and everyone on the plane is looking at me like I'm a big perv. And I'm going, and they're like, what the hell is this guy watching? So I kind of closed my laptop and said, maybe I should watch this at home. I'm going to close this and watch this at home.
Okay, so we're pretty much out of time, so why don't we give a final hand for Richard Epcar.
Thank you. And once again, if any of you would like, I have some pictures up here for sale, and I have only two copies of the audiobook left, if anyone would like them. So thank you very much for coming to the panel. I hope you enjoyed it.